Welcome back. In the last video, we have imported AdKit plugin and loaded same data which we were using in the last series. So now we have already configured add profiles and add network SDK fields. That means we are ready to start showing our ads in our game. In this video, we are going to set up banner ads and display them when the game starts. So I would like to display my banner ad at the bottom of the screen. I will change the profile ID to something like bottom, and I will select banner place to display at the bottom. Great, but I would like to display banner ad right away when the project starts. That can be done by enabling show at initialize field. It will automatically request and show banner ad when networks are loaded. So basically that's it. Let's enter play mode. We're getting our banner ad displayed at the bottom of the screen. If we check our logs, we can see that banner ad has been automatically instantiated, requested, and displayed. This is because we have selected to show it when AdKit is initialized. So the banner ad is working, but as we can see, the ad is overlapping with some of our UI elements. And that's one of the best features that AdKit plugin provides for developers. Interactive ads are displayed directly in Unity Editor, which means that you don't need to build and launch your project every time when you want to test how your ads will perform, because interactive ads will be acting as normal ads with all the functions and events. So in this example, without interactive ads, you won't be able to check how your banner ad will look, or will it overlap with something until you build and launch your game on device. But now you can see every change directly in Unity Editor. And in this case, we can see right away that game UI is not optimized for displaying banner ads. Let's try to fix this mistake. First, we need to find where buttons are located. It's probably somewhere in the UI folder. These buttons are menu element, and right here we have found our settings and garage buttons. Also, there's a middle button which is disabled, but we are going to use in the later videos, so I'm going to leave it here. Let's group these buttons. We need to create a new game object, which I will call bottom buttons. Then I need to set its pivot and position to the whole screen. After that, we can attach our bottom buttons to our new game object. These buttons also have fade-in animation, and if we navigate to animation window, I will put it at the bottom of the editor. Here we can find that these three buttons are the part of home menu in animation. And if we try to play this animation, we can see that all other buttons are animating while our bottom buttons are stuck in one place. That's because our button's path has been changed. To fix this problem, we also need to change path in this animation. To do this, we need to find all elements which names has this yellow color. To change the path, press on the name twice. And before our element name, let's attach our new game object name, which is bottom buttons. And between them, add a slash, so that this button is a child of bottom button. Let's copy the name and do the same thing with all other elements that has yellow name. Alright, after that, we can play our animation and check if it's working. As we can see, now all buttons are working perfectly. Let's return to animation window to its default position. And now we can change the position of the bottom buttons. To bring them up from the bottom, we need to change bottom field. I will set it to 90. That should be enough space to display banner without overlapping with the buttons. But let's say our banner ad won't be shown every game or user doesn't have internet connection. Then our bottom buttons will be left with a big space that doesn't make any sense. So statically setting up the bottom space isn't the best option. Let's change it back to 0 and check out other ways we can achieve our desired result. So we know that we want to lift buttons when ad is shown. Let's create a new script which will contain a function that we will be able to call whenever we want to change bottom button's position. I will navigate to Space Adventure and open Scripts folder, where I will create a new script called bottom buttons. Let's attach the script to our bottom buttons game object and open it. First things first, I will delete all the default functions and create a new public function which I will name change position. it will have an integer type parameter called amount. So we will be able to specify how big the space between the bottom side and the buttons should be. Let's create rectTransform component, which we will get from our game object. And then let's change our bottom offset to a new one. For this, we will need vector2 that will contain two parameters, x and y. For x, we will leave default value, and for y, we will set our custom amount value. So now, when we call this function, our game object bottom position will change to a specified amount. Let's save these changes and go back to Unity editor. So now we have our function ready to be called. But when do we call it? Well, we want to lift bottom buttons when banner ad is shown, and to achieve that, we will use AdKit events. But now we can see that Event Manager is not attached to the current scene. So first, we need to add Event Manager in order to work with events. I will navigate to Settings menu, and here you can find Event Manager section. Our current scene does not have Event Manager, so I will add it right now. Great, we are getting a message saying that Event Manager is added on current scene, so I can go back to Banners menu to start working with events. Now we can see that the warning message is gone, and new event section has appeared. Here we can see all the possible add events that can be invoked. In our case, we want to change bottom button's position when banner is shown, and here we can find onBanner show event. That's exactly what we want, so let's select. New event has appeared, and now we can add our function to it. First, we need to add new event, and now find our game object which has our bottom button script. Let's drag it to the empty field, and in the functions menu, I will select my new script. Here we will find change position function that contains one parameter. Let's select. Now we need to provide amount how much we should lift our bottom buttons. Something like 90 should be good. So now, when our banner is shown, event will be invoked and it will call change position function, which will set our game object bottom from 0 to 90. Alright, let's start play mode and check out if it's working. And as we expected, when banner ad has been shown, our event called change position function, and now our buttons will not overlap with the banner ad. Everything seems to be working right now, but what if we try to start our game? Right away, we can see that there is one more problem that needs to be fixed, because our gameplay buttons also overlap with an ad. If I crash my player into a rock and select to go back to main menu, we are getting one more problem. Our bottom button's position was reset, and again they are overlapping with our banner. That's because we change our button's position only once when banner ad is shown. But if we load into another scene and then go back to the main menu, onBanner show event is not invoked, and once again we are getting overlapping elements. So let's exit play mode and check what we can do. This problem occurs when new scene is loaded, so to fix this we need to check whether the banner ad is shown or not. Then we will be able to set button's position according to the statement. Let's go back to our bottom button script. Here we will create a default Unity function called start. In this function, we will create new AdKit banner, which is part of AdKit plugin. So we will need to add AdKit dependency. I will call my banner show at launch banner. And normally, we would create our banner by calling constructor and providing profile ID. But because we are initializing our banner at the start, AdKit banner is already created and we just need to access it. To do this, AdKit has additional function which return AdKit banner that has been created when Scene Manager has been initialized. We can access it by calling AdKit general get show at initialize banner function. This function will return us a banner that we were looking for. So now we need to make an if statement and check whether show at launch banner is existing and if this banner is shown. If it's true, then we are going to call our change position function to lift our bottom buttons. That's it. Let's save our script and go back to Unity editor. Now this scene already has bottom button script attached, but the game scene doesn't. So let's navigate to the game scene and add the script. Let's go to Space Adventure Scenes folder. Here I will load game scene. In the game scene, we need to find our gameplay buttons. Let's navigate to UI, Game Menu, and in the Menu Game object, we can find buttons. If I try to change bottom position of these buttons, we can see that they are responding to it. So let's attach our bottom button script to this game object. Let's select to add component and search for bottom button script. Great, now we have our button script added to the both scenes. We can go back to the main menu and test how everything works. Let's enter play mode. Here we are getting our buttons displayed at the top of the banner because of on-banner show event. If we try to start our game, we can see that our buttons have been lifted and they are no more overlapping. If we crash our spaceship into the rock and try to restart our game, we will receive the same results. So basically, every time when our scene is loaded, bottom button script will check if our banner ad is shown, and if it's true, then it will lift our buttons. The same results can be found in our main menu scene. So no more overlapping buttons when our banner ad is shown. Now if we try to open banner ad, we will be navigated to some ad page, and after that, no action happened. But what if we want to hide our banner ad after it was opened, so that the ad wouldn't interfere user anymore? This can be done in just one step. Let's quit our play mode, and in the banner ads menu, we can select an action what to do after ad was opened. Right now, nothing is selected, but we want to hide it. So let's select this one. If we try to launch game again, banner ad is up and running. If we try to open it, ad will be hidden. But now we are getting one more problem. Our buttons don't come down after ad has been hidden. Because of this, we are getting this large space, which doesn't look appealing in our project. To fix this, we need to call our change position function again when ad is hidden. So let's do this in AdKit Manager. In the event section, let's search and select on banner hide event. This event will call specific functions after banner ad has been hidden. So let's add our bottom buttons game object to our new event. And now, when banner ad is hidden, we want to reset our bottom buttons position to a default one, which is 0. Great, now let's go back to play mode. And now, if we try to open banner ad, it will be hidden and our bottom buttons position will reset. Now, let's re-enter play mode one more time. We can see that our banner ad has been initialized again. I will navigate to game scene, and here I will pause the game. Now if I open banner ad, it will be hidden, but once again our buttons doesn't come down, because ad events must be configured in each scene separately. So let's fix this problem. I will navigate to Space Adventure, Scenes folder, and here I will load game scene. Now we can see that this scene is missing an event manager, so let's add it right now. I will navigate to Settings menu. Here I will select to add new event manager to the scene. Great! Now we have our event manager loaded into the scene. Let's get back to banner menu, and here we are getting empty event fields. That's because this scene has new event manager that is not connected to our main menu scene. So let's fill in our empty fields. As we have tested, our button's position doesn't reset after ad has been hidden. So we can fix this by adding our buttons game object to onBanner hide event. This game object can be found in UI, game menu, and menu. Here is our buttons game object, which I will drag on our event. Let's select bottom button script and select change position function. When banner is hidden, we want to reset bottom button's position, so we will leave amount on 0. One last thing that I would like to do is to make sure that there is no way for buttons to overlap with the banner ad. Typically, ad networks take some time before loading and showing the ads. But let's say our player launches project and quickly loads in game scene, and only then banner ad is loaded and displayed on the screen. In this case, our statement in start function will return false, because even if our AdKit banner is existing, it will not be shown right away when scene is loaded. So we can add the same function to onBanner show event and set position amount to 90. Great! Now we have fully completed banner ad that is ready to be displayed on our device. Let's go back to main menu scene and launch play mode. Now let's start our game. I will pause it, and if I try to open banner ad, it will be hidden, and button's position will be reset to a default value. Alright, so that's it with the banner ads. As you can see, using interactive ads rapidly decreases our testing time, because we were able to test every possible banner ad use case without any need to build the game every time on device. In the following video, we are going to implement interstitial ads that will be shown when player crashes, so stay tuned.